everybody. What's going on? Happy Saturday. Saturday, December 14th. What is going on, Phoenix family? I still got to figure out why that doesn't work the way that I want it to work, but I'll get there. I'll get there, I promise. Anyway, as you can see, I am flying solo tonight. I wanted to, the devil in me wanted to say I fired Eileen last week. Apparently that made all kinds of crazy news that the Curmudgeon fired Eileen. But no, that's not at all what happened. Eileen is very much 50-50 owner of Curmudgeon's Corner. And unfortunately, she had a family emergency, a rather traumatic event for one of her friends, and that she is going to be there for her friend and make sure that her friend's needs are taken care of. So unfortunately, she will not be here with us tonight as the better half of the Curmudgeon's Corner. But we have an absolutely amazing guest who was here this very same time last year. He's been a huge supporter of the Pay It Forward campaign. He does his own little Pay It Forward campaign from time to time on a local level. And so I'm not afraid to be here. Just he and I asked him if he wanted me to bring in a co-host, to take the pressure off of him, because I kind of, we all saw the first 28 episodes of Curmudgeon's Corner. But anyway, the devil in him. That's right. The devil in the details. Franco, good to see you. And Mulhern, much better half. I agree. So things are going to be a little bit wonky tonight. I'm going to probably miss comments. I'm going to probably not be able to highlight as many people as I want and star as many people as I want. Eddie, I really super appreciate you. I would love to get you. Let me see if I can figure that out while we're doing this. Maybe Eddie's going to come in here and hold my hand, because sometimes I just need a little extra something. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to bring our very super awesome guy. I love Doug. Doug, everybody, if you're looking at the comments section, everybody seems to love Doug. He is a hell of a fellow, a man of just kindness and warmth, and just he's genuine. If you follow his channel on YouTube, which is called Detail It, he just gives it to you straight. And I find that in this industry, where there's always, I'm looking for some free stuff, or, if you send me some stuff, I'll do a great review of your products. Doug isn't like that. Doug just gives it to you straight up. He self-proclaimed does not edit his videos. It is what it is. You see what you see, you get what you get. And without further ado, I want to bring my main man in here, who's become a very good friend of mine, checks in with me on a regular basis to make sure that I haven't put my head in the oven just yet. Without further ado, let's bring in to Detail It, Doug.
Well, hello, Doug? Aaron and everybody. How you doing out there? Hey, that's pretty nice of you to let everybody know that I'm checking in on you, man. I do that just to hear your stories. Your stories are great. By the way, you don't tell stories on this, and you really should. Your stories. I don't know that you do very often, but you need to.
I really don't, but I've been thinking about doing it, because, after I get off the phone with you, I think Robin Williams coined the phrase, a trip down amnesia lane. There are so many things that I forget that's happened to me. And then you're driving around and you're talking to me and you start asking questions, and then just the amnesia lane, all of a sudden I'll start remembering, holy crap, that did happen to me. I can't remember.
That's good time. Hey, your stories
my brother
are
did stab me
phenomenal.
with a knife, as a matter of fact.
What? Did I hear that one? That's crazy.
I don't know if you did or not. We were fooling around in the living room. He had a knife with him, and he was trying to show how cool he is with the knife, and he ended up slicing my arm.
Hey, that's brotherly love, man.
That's
awesome,
love.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, it was an accident, hell. Hey, boys are going to tear stuff up.
Was it an accident? Anyway.
He did miss your heart. It was an accident.
It's true. He was actually played for Nominate and pay it forward. That's right. House of Rags. That is absolutely right. So we are into week 3 of the Pay It Forward. And you were so amazing last year. You came on, as a matter of fact, at this exact same time last year to help me promote the show.
That's awesome.
With the campaign. Doug, it's got to be at least at a minimum of 6 times bigger than it was last year.
What the heck, man? That's beautiful, though.
I had my marketing person come in today to take, video and picture of just how many donations we've gotten. As a matter of fact, I can just show you some stuff real quick. All of these pages, I got 5 handwritten legal pad size pages of what you people have donated. Rick Smith, look all this equipment from Rick Smith, Distinguished Details. I got a $50 gift card from Lisa, the Quiff Queen. Rick Smith, or I think Ryan, who's in the chats right now, donated a pint of Blossom Wax. You sir, donated all of this stuff: triggers and Titan and Furies and soap and Typhon. This is from Doug. Kim MC, she donated a whole bunch of stuff. I think she also donated a gift card as well from Thor. I got another pint from Humberto. I have the fall training session from Brian from Apex. That's worth like $750.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yep. I got another gift card from Jim Smith for $25. Fab Automotive Detailing. He donated all of these. I don't know, where's the camera? He donated all of these things.
Dang, dude.
Got like 3 pages worth of stuff that he donated. The House of Rags donated like $200 worth of microfiber towels. Hawaii
That's
Tim.
awesome.
Check this out from Hawaii Tim.
Yeah, let's check out Hawaii Tim's. What is that?
That is another business training class from the Car Supply Warehouse.
Nice.
And we have all this stuff, and then Chelsea donated another business class as well. So, there has been such an outpour of everybody is jealous of Doug's beard. All right, HM, everybody is. Like, seriously, there's Papa Smurf. There's me with this Peasley thing. There's Gandalf over at BioBombs, aka Christian. And, and then
he's got a great beard. He's got a great beard.
So
he and Eric have great beards, man. I can only try to be that good.
Yeah,
it takes me forever to grow it, man. Forever.
I think you have a great thing going on. So there's just been this community has come together in such an outgiving, pouring kind of way that right now what we really need are nominations. Think about somebody that could use some stuff. It doesn't have to be somebody who's necessarily struggling, but it could be anybody. It could be somebody just starting out. It could be, the bottom line is November, December, January, and February sucks for detailers. There's not a lot of business. There's not a lot of people washing their cars. And sometimes it's kind of like, I could really use the money for food and oil heat, or I could buy some supplies. One of my machines broke, yada, 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 yada. So just keep your ears to the ground. There's only 2 weeks left, right? This is week 3. So we have this week, and then we have half of next week to nominate people. We've gotten some really, really great Harbor Pro Shine. Evening, y'all. Big ups for having Doug on. He turned me on to Ceramic X. Used it on a detail a few weeks ago. Overtaking Sonic's perfect finish, extremely soft. Yeah, thanks for turning them on to Phoenix, Doug.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, dog.
Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked.
You did.
I want to see pictures. If there's no pictures, Eddie, there's no proof.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Chelsea donated a crazy amount of stuff. Like two of those pages, those legal pages, two of those pages are from Chelsea's donations alone. And then, of course, I literally could not do this without Keeve. Keeve is helping me with shipping. And from the amount of equipment that we have had donated to us this year, it would have bankrupted me to ship this to somebody. We have a lot of stuff.
That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen Keeve even in the chats, man. That's cool that he's helping out. I love that.
Yeah, he came up to me at SEMA. I tell you, I'll be honest with you. Like, if we're gonna be really honest, I fanboyed on Keeve and Josh V. Out of everybody that I met there, I fanboyed on those two guys the most.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just did. Like, anyway.
I used to watch a I'm Josh V video every morning before work. That dude used to review nothing but pressure washers. So when I wanted a pressure washer, I would just watch and see what's this one going to be? What's this one? That guy must have reviewed 50 pressure washers, man. I don't know, maybe more.
So he lives in Atlanta, and I live just outside of Philadelphia. But my cousin and my very good friend Tim from Shine Your Light, they both live in South Carolina. And I told Keeve, I said, listen, I go down, I try to get down there every summer. And if I get down there, why don't we connect and I can bring back some of those power washers? Because he's like, I got so many power washers. I got to figure out a way to get them to you. And I said, why don't we just connect in South Carolina? We'll just go to Myrtle Beach. It's a couple of hours away from Atlanta. I know, because last year I went to Atlanta from Myrtle Beach. I said, why don't we just meet up in Myrtle Beach, hang out with Tim. I'll take some power washers off you and we'll put them into the pay it forward for next year. So we're collecting donations all year long, and then hopefully we can find a good home for them, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, because that's what this is all about.
That's amazing, man. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, we're having a good time. So anyway,
great time.
I need to, now that people are in the house, I need to get this, I need to make it an official statement that there is no firing of Eileen. All right. She is as big a part of Curmudgeon's Corner as I am. Yeah, I got it started before she got here, but that's just because I didn't know her. But once you know her, you have to have her. You know what I mean? She is just an amazing human being. I've never met just a kinder soul, a more generous soul. She hits as hard as she gets. Like I told her last week after we got off the show, I was just like, one of the coolest things that I've ever heard about adoption is that you choose who's going to be your child. Like, right. Like sometimes, when you naturally conceive, you don't get to pick, but when you adopt, you get to pick. That's how special you are. And I said, I don't have a sister, but if I had the chance to pick a sister, I would pick you as my sister. She's that dude.
That's an amazing statement, man.
She's such a wonderful human, and I love her. And she will never, ever, 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 ever not be a part of this show. I will not be a part of the show before she's not a part of the show. So let's just put that to rest. Here's the thing. The name of the show is called Curmudgeon's Corner. So I'm going to be a prick for most of the time. And especially when I'm not drinking, I get salty. And we're going to punch. We're going to scrap like siblings do. And if it comes across as I'm busting her stones, Doug, you of all people know that when you post a video of somebody else's products, I always take a screenshot of it and send it at you and be like, way to go. Thanks for not supporting me, jerk. And you're just like, dude.
Yes.
Dude. But it's all in fun. Like, I really, honestly, I do it all in fun, and especially for like content creators. I want everybody to be as successful and as fortunate as possible. And of course that means that you're like, nobody wants to be a Phoenix fanboy. I don't even want to be a Phoenix fanboy. We barely talk about our products on this show. I don't know. I just like to play. The hockey term is called chirping. I love to chirp.
Chirping. Is that from the blades on the ice chirping? What is that?
I think it's
talking
just
smack.
Like when you're talking smack, you're just chirping. You know?
Chirping. Okay.
I'm just talking smack. It's not serious. There was a NBA player, and I don't know anything about NBA. I don't follow it, but both of my stepsons love the NBA. And for a while there, they were going to games, and every once in a while I'd get invited. And we went to a Sixers game, Sixers versus the Pelicans. And I couldn't even tell you what state or town the Pelicans are from. But there was a player, and I don't know what his first name is, but his last name was Babbitt on the Pelicans. I don't know if he's still there or not, whatever. But I grew up, Abbott and Costello, and he would be like, Abbott, right? You remember that? Every time he got into trouble, he'd call for Abbott. So I turned that into Babbitt. And every time he even sneezed, I was chirping, Babbitt, Babbitt, and then there's like all these little kids that were sitting in front of me, and then they started doing the whole thing. So now we had this whole section of people that were chirping Babbitt, and he was getting so angry. We got in his head, and it filled me with so much joy to just chirp. So
the fact that you got under his skin is hilarious.
It's beautiful. Like you can see he was getting so angry. Yes. So anyway, this is enough about me. Enough about the story.
Hey, it's good times, dude. These stories, I'm telling you, the stories are great. Especially the stabbing. Love it.
Babbitt. So in the spirit of Eileen, I have her questions. So we're going to run through them. Since you were here last year before she got here,
yes,
I'm going to put you through her gambit. The Bayou
Buzzards, God,
the New Orleans Pelicans.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be torturous.
Come on, Richard. This is a family show. We save those words for hour 3.
Hey, Richard Seams on here?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Yeah. Hey, has he sent his picture of his knee to you yet? He got his knee replaced.
He did give his knee replaced. Now we texting back and forth, but I've been fortunate enough to not have him send a picture of his knee.
Oh, it's not bad, dude. It's just a scar. I'm sure it hurt like hell, but
I'm sure.
Pretty nice scar, man.
It's been giving him a lot of pain this week, so hopefully, hopefully he's finding some relief.
Good thing he's tough. Yeah.
Hey, Richard, can I suggest some apple juice? It might not take the pain away, but it definitely makes you not care.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. I've noticed about apple juice is that, like, even though it hurts, I just don't mind that it hurts so much. So, anyway.
That's pretty key.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I like that hat you have on, Aaron. I meant to ask you about that.
That is my good friend Ryan from Waxworks, who has helped me do product development all along the way.
Yes.
I'm thank you for noticing. The last couple of shows I've been using.
Well, I was going to bust your chops for wearing somebody else's hat.
Well, so he's a good friend of mine. I'd love to support his business. He's not he's not competition. He's a detailer. Right. So I definitely want to support his business. But here's the thing, and this is I started this a couple of weeks ago. My grandfather, which everybody who knows me knows that my grandfather is my true north. He collected hats, and so like I have like over 200 hats over there because when he passed, I got his hat collection. So I decided I was going to start wearing a different hat every week, just go through his hats and wear a different one of his hats every week. But this was Ryan's. It was here. It was relatively available. I didn't have to go digging through a box. So here it is. Today's hat is.
I like that move, man. A different hat every day.
Yeah, why not? Well, for the show, different hat every show. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant every day at work or whatever. That's cool.
No, I have a beat up hat that I wear. It gets all hot and sweaty and gross and disgusting when you're working out in the warehouse. I don't want to put my grandpa's hats through that. So.
Oh, I don't blame you there. Nice.
Richard, I see it. I'm not looking at it until the show's over. All right.
God, what happened?
He sent me the picture because of you.
I love it. Richard.
Right. Eileen's quickfire.
Oh, God. Why's it got to be called quick fire? Because there's not anything quick about this computer.
It was originally taken from some. We don't like to get political on the show. We don't talk religion.
Oh Lord,
we don't do either one of those. But originally, this list came from somebody that I'm not going to mention, who doesn't necessarily share the same views that I share. So I'm not going to give him any credit. I'm going to call it Eileen's Quickfire instead.
Right on. Okay.
All right. Ready? Here we go.
Not really. Go ahead.
What is your favorite smell?
I don't know. Oh.
How do you not know? I mean,
well,
pick a top three.
I'm gonna say, damn, coffee. We'll go with coffee.
Coffee.
You know what I was gonna say, dude. You have to. Every guy knows what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah. All right. Say bevy grape. Exactly.
Just better to say coffee.
Yep. There's a bean roasting plant right off of the exit that I go to work. And so every day that I drive up the highway and I get off of that exit and I stop at the light at the top of the hill, you're just got coffee, roasted coffee just all over you. And it is a great smell. You're right.
That is actually an amazing smell. Yeah.
All right. What is your least favorite smell? Check your text, Doug.
I'm gonna say. Well, I can't. I'm not high tech over here. I'm streaming on my phone, so
he's streaming on his phone, Richard. So he can't check your dumb text messages.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a great one.
He's talking to me now.
I have no doubt it's amazing, but it's probably not G-rated either. So, one of my least favorite smells, honestly, is gear oil.
Gear oil.
Gear oil. If any mechanics out there smells gear oil, I hate it.
All right. What is the most used app on your phone?
Instagram. Is that an app? That'll tell you how lack of tech I am.
Yeah, it is an app. Are you a Samsung or an iPhone?
Samsung.
Yeah. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh. Man, maybe Tom Sawyer, Rush. I'll just go with that one.
All right. You know, that's that Dimitri said the same thing. Rush.
It's an amazing song, man. I love it. There's so many good ones, dude. I'm hooked on, but that one comes to mind. I've probably listened to that more than any song.
Have you seen the South Park intro to that song, Tom Sawyer? Like, it's so good that Rush actually uses that clip when they're opening their concerts. I'll see if I can.
Play it, dude. Can you play it on here?
Yeah, I think I can. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I love it.
Give me 1 second. I mean, obviously, we're not monetized anyway. As Jamie, the cleaner, likes to point out, we're not monetized anyway. So who cares?
Jamie's trolling you? What the hell, man?
Why not?
Jamie, that's funny. Gear oil it's horrible. Remedy, yes. Bad. Hate it.
I think this might be it. Yeah, this is it. All right. And let's see if I can. All right, I'll share the screen.
Do it.
Do it. Okay. Here we go.
All right, here we go, people.
All right, before we get sued.
Oh yeah. What is the time limit on that kind of crap?
I have no idea. But I mean, it's awesome, right? I mean,
that was awesome.
That is just absolutely epic. You're not going to get this kind of content on anything else other than the Curmudgeon's Corner. I'm just saying.
That was great, dude. Hey, I wouldn't even know how to do what you did. So switching that. Thank you, Aaron, for sharing. I've never seen that.
Eddie and Jamie taught me the ways of the force on this. I would say Papa Smurf got me started on StreamYard, and then Eddie and Jamie brought me home.
Hey, how many apps are there, or programs, whatever these are, for live streaming? Do you know how many are there?
I have no idea. I go with
There's
what
a
I
bunch.
know. You know,
Yeah, no, I'm thinking StreamYard's cool.
Like one of the greatest quotes that I've ever heard was, "If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room."
Oh, yeah.
That being said, I listen to whatever anybody that is successful and knows what they're talking about. Like I don't have a whole lot of space for ego. So if you tell me this is what you're supposed to use, I'll use it. Like the first 2 years of Phoenix existence, anything that Brian Spittler told me to do, I did.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to go. I had an Android. Oh, you need an iPhone in order to take pictures of your products and stuff like that. Okay, boom. I went out and I bought a new Android iPhone.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It's you just tell me what to do and I will do it. Yeah.
I like it, man.
HM
Brian's amazing.
It's
yeah,
super. Once you realize that.
Heck yeah.
All right. What's the best sandwich?
Man, am I allowed to plug businesses?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. We're back
darn
to
it.
being a free country, so whatever you want.
You're saying that now, and I'm going to quote the wrong sub shop. Deli Delicious. I forget the name of the sandwich, but amazing, dude. It's like it's not the sweet onion teriyaki, but it's chicken, onions. It's all the good stuff, man. Sub sandwiches are great.
Sub sandwiches. I agree. What is one thing that you own that you should throw out? Sammy.
And what?
And he just said an edible Sammy. That could be taken numerous ways. I'm just gonna.
One thing I own that I need to throw out.
Dude, there's shots being fired.
Go for it. Put them up, man. I want to see them. I can't see what they're saying. Put them up there.
It says being the smartest person in the room is something Tim doesn't have to worry about.
Oh, hail.
Yeah, that's from your boy too, by the way.
Rick?
Yeah.
Dude. And he's talking about Hawaii, Tim, no doubt, eh?
I'm sure, because they're in the chat rooms going back and forth.
Woo! Yeah, Tim usually is the smartest guy in the room. Damn him. I don't know.
Wait a second.
Probably an old pair of boots or something. I have no idea. A holy pair of underwear. There you go.
All right. I'm gonna use HOLE, holy pair of underwear.
Yeah.
A House of Rags just chirped. Just hopped on TikTok and Aaron on there dancing now. That's the line, and I deleted the whole app. So
I saw that, by the way, today. I saw that. Yeah, I did. And I don't TikTok. I saw it on Instagram, I think.
Shoot.
You put it on Instagram, dude. It's on your page.
All right, listen to me, you. I didn't do anything. I hired an amazing young woman to do marketing and social media, and try to break this 500 subscriber barrier that apparently I can't get over 500 subscribers on the Curmudgeon's Corner. Anyway, so she had this idea. She said, I'm going to come to your warehouse on Saturday, and we're going to shoot some videos for the Pay It Forward campaign. And I was like, absolutely, that sounds like a good idea. We need to promote the snot out of it and get as many eyes on the campaign as possible.
Yeah, and that campaign has exploded, dude. That's crazy.
It's
crazy.
So then she's like, I also have a couple of ideas that I know you're not going to like. And I go, well, I mean, you're the professional. You what do you suggest that we do? And she's like, I'm going to need you to go viral. And I go, how do I go viral? You're going to inject me with something? And she's like, no, there's some things that are trending right now on TikTok, so that I'm going to need you to do it. And then she showed me the video, and I was like, hell no, I don't do that. There's nobody that wants to see a 50-year-old fat guy doing any of those things. And she was like, they definitely want to see a 50-year-old fat guy doing those things, because that's why it's funny and that's why it'll go viral. And I go, I said, I'm going to need 20 minutes to myself. And she said, okay.
Oh my God.
I said, I went into my office, and I had a visit with my old friend. And after 20 minutes of the old apple juice, I said, all right.
Did you really? Are you? I would have had to do that too, dude.
That's what Jamie said. Yeah, so apparently it's on Instagram, it's on TikTok.
It is. I saw it. I didn't know
that she was going to go that. I didn't know that she was going to go that quickly with it. I thought it was going to be like, I'll let it go out in a month, someday when you're not paying attention. But nope. Apparently she is that fast on the ball. And sure enough, there's a fat 50-year-old dancing to his products and whatnot. So anyway.
You did ask her to promote you, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and here's the thing. When I was working back at the old company, we had, I don't know if you remember Steve Carazino. He was pretty much the voice of all things social media. He did all the product testing and would say, like, this is how you use this compound, this is how you use this polish and whatnot. And then he would do all the Instagram and social media stuff. And I really, really like Carazino. He's a really good dude. And he had his own house band, and his house band would do the background music for all of his videos, or all the videos that he posted. And I hated it. I hated that music so much. But we got a lot of really, really positive feedback from all of the, like everybody that was watching. It was like, this music is great and fantastic. So I brought him into my office, and I just went out and I said, hey, I just want you to know that I absolutely hate your music.
Shit.
I just want you to know that I hate your music. But you seem to have your finger on the pulse, because everybody else loves your music. So keep on doing what you're doing, because apparently they love it. So the idea is, she is the professional. She knows what's gonna, so I'm just doing whatever I'm told to do. You tell me to dance like a monkey. I said to one of my friends today, I sold the last bit of dignity that I had.
Hey, it didn't look that bad, Aaron. Honestly, man, it didn't look that bad.
Well,
wasn't that bad, man.
I'm sure she's a hell of an editor. Yeah.
Hey, it's gonna work. So, how many? I mean, are people responding to that?
I didn't even know that it happened until Jamie just posted that. So I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look into it.
Yeah, tomorrow you're going to be on fire. Monday morning you're going to be on fire, man.
Let's hope. Let's hope tomorrow.
Yeah, baby.
Tomorrow morning I have 9,000 nominations, because we have 9. It had 2 views. Oh, you suck. Just
what?
He's chirping, and it hits home every single time. There is no 2 better chirpers than Jamie and Eddie. When we were at SEMA, they are surgical when it comes to chirping, especially Eddie. Eddie, like, he was going after Pan the organizer, and I don't think Pan is used to people chirping at him. And
he's not. He's a Canadian. No.
Well, I'm just saying. By the end of it all, though, he really enjoyed himself, and Eddie was hitting at him, and he was laughing, and it was good. The whole experience is still one of the best, and I can't wait. Hopefully, they'll invite me back next year. I don't know. I commented to you on Instagram about it. I almost blocked you. God, come on, guys. I'm selling my soul.
Taking you out at the knees, man.
Just support me as I'm supporting the company. Aaron was dancing from the windows to the walls. Let Titan drip down my. Oh, Franco, you're killing me. Oh, you're killing me. All right. I'm moving on. We're moving past this. What is the scariest animal, Doug?
Scariest animal.
Yeah.
My wife.
All right.
Yeah.
Say less.
What's that?
What was your first concert that you ever went to?
I might get this wrong.
Thank you.
I might get it wrong, but I believe it was Night Ranger. Night Ranger and Cheap Trick, I believe.
Night Ranger, Sister Christian, you're the only one.
You nailed it, man. That was big stuff in the day.
Yeah.
Definitely
for sure. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
Predictable, so bored he died. I don't know how many words that was.
That's it. You hit it.
I'm more basic than basic, dude.
I'm going to respectfully disagree. What is your favorite action movie? Al Daly in the house. Whoop, whoop.
That's an interesting question. Action.
I thought I saw Stephanie Devine in here earlier, but we were too busy.
Miss Devine. I talked to her quite a bit, chat with her.
Dancing.
You know, well, it's not really action. No, I don't think that's action. It's filled with action, but it's a good question, Aaron. I don't know.
All right. Question mark. All right. Apples or oranges?
Oranges.
Oranges. And then what do you think happens when you die?
Well, I believe your capsule, the bodies that we're in, rot and just deteriorate. But I do believe in a spiritual afterlife.
All right.
I know it's hard to believe, right?
Not at all. What? All right. So what did you do? Hello.
Huh?
I just saw your soul. I just saw your soul.
I'm telling you.
The eyes are the windows of your soul.
Yeah.
All right. So that ends Eileen's quickfire. So hopefully
that wasn't too bad.
It's not terrible.
That wasn't
but
too
basically
bad.
What it is, we figured out that it's a really, really great way to come up with trivia questions for later on in the show to see if these
that's great.
Boys and girls are paying attention to what I'm talking about.
Got you. Okay. I got you. That's a good idea. Dude, awesome song, man. Holy shit.
That was Huckleberry Finn. All right. Anyway,
guarantee you my brother's seen that. He's a big old what was that? South Park you said?
Yeah, South Park. Oh well, actually, it was an actual Rush concert. It was a actual Rush concert that they played that clip on, which makes me think that was actually probably an episode from South Park. But
yes, they botched it though because the cartoon guys or whatever those are considered. Yeah. There was 4 band members. Rush is only 3. Man, they botched it.
Unbelievable. I mean,
unbelievable. I'm with you.
All right, you know what? I'm ending the show here. That's too much. Too much.
What?
Not that I'm kidding. All right. Now we go to Aaron's Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore is the top 4 of everything, right? Because 4 is what Mount Rushmore is. For those of you that failed high school civics, there are 4 American presidents on Mount Rushmore. What are your top 4 movie genres? Neil John. All right. First of all, before you answer that, Neil John, check this guy out. Neil John is hailing to us from the UK. So they're 5 hours ahead of us, which means that it's probably like 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Not only that, but Neil John sent over as far as as far as the Pay It Forward campaign is concerned, Neil John sent over 2 ginormous packs of microfiber towels from the UK therefore making the Pay It Forward campaign officially global. We are international.
Nice. That was awesome.
With Neil John being
That's
as
amazing, dude.
amazing as he is. It's absolutely fantastic. It arrived yesterday. I got it this morning. 3 a.m. for Neil John. Holy cow. So anyway,
wow.
Special shout out to him. Thank you so much. My brother in the UK has made it global. So thank you so very, very much.
That is awesome, man. That is awesome.
All right. Go to bed.
Go to bed. Play nice. I ain't telling him to go to bed. The guy's on the show, man. He
was bouncing out, and I just wanted to tell him how much I appreciated him. So
that was rad. Oh, he said good night. Okay, yeah. Good night. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, John.
Yes.
I'm gonna have a what is it? Eggy in a basket. Yep. You know what an eggy in a basket is?
No.
So basically, my son, I learned it by watching V for Vendetta, which is one of my absolute all-time favorite movies. V for Vendetta is probably number one, if not number two.
Really?
If you go and
watch it.
If you go and watch V for Vendetta right now and you apply it to what we've seen in the last 3 to 5 years,
yeah,
it hits differently.
Really?
It hits mega differently. So do yourself a favor. Watch V
I'll
for
watch
Vendetta.
that in the morning.
Dude, you're going to go. Let me mute my mic.
Why'd you mute? What did you say? Well, you can't tell us, right?
Yeah. So anyway, watch V for Vendetta and see how it hits today, because it's like, wow, that is exactly what has happened. Anyway,
I'll have to watch it in the morning. I'll be up started watching it, Aaron.
V for Vendetta. Basically, you take a piece of toast, usually griddled. It's like like a grilled cheese. It's just basically butter on a hot surface, and then you cut out. I usually use a shot glass, or not a shot glass, a highball glass. You cut out the center of the toast, and then you crack a fried egg into that hole, and the whole thing kind of cooks together. And then you basically, when you go to eat it, you cut off the crusts and you dip it in the egg and you eat it, and that's called eggy in a basket.
I'll be darned.
One of my son's favorite breakfasts. After I watched that movie, I started making it for Jacob, and he loves them. And so do I.
So you have to do it over easy, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want the full effect, to be able to,
yes.
As my wife calls it, a dippy egg. Can I get a dippy egg?
A dippy egg, yeah. Man, me no do dippy eggs, bro. Can't do it.
No, really?
But that's cool. Yeah, no, I don't do them that way.
Right.
I can't. I probably could. Just choose not to.
I understand. Hey, it's not for everybody. As of November 5th, we're back to being a free country. So I understand. eat it however you want. Anyway, Eileen's not here to keep me on the rails. So anywho, all right. Top 4 movie genres.
I would say action, and I don't have a favorite action, right? Thriller. What are the genres, Aaron? Tell them to me, dude. I'm not even.
You can do. All right. I wouldn't. Rick Smith and I talk probably 4 hours every day. He's a truck driver, and I don't have a life, so we talk. And this was one of the conversations that we had either yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't remember. There's action. There's thriller. Thriller, suspense. I would put those in the same category. Thriller. Suspense.
Yes, I would too. Yeah. Okay.
Horror, drama, comedy, rom-com, documentary.
Documentaries are good.
Smurf in the house. Hey, his daughter is competing right now down in Anaheim, California. She's a cheerleader, and she's the best cheerleader there ever was. And he's down in Anaheim during one of her big super conferences right now. Like, she's in competitive cheer. And
that's an expensive thing, brother. I'm telling you, my nieces did that. Very expensive.
Not only is it expensive, but talk about a racket. One of the lady that owns my bagel shop that I love to attend Times Square Bagel. If you're in the New Jersey area, swing in. She's also a cheer captain coach.
Oh, wow.
And after Eric told me all of his expenses, I went to her and I said, how much of that is actually going to the cheer and how much of that is actually going to just like somebody's pocket? And she's like, pretty much 90% of it is going to somebody's pocket, because they have an upfront fee and then they have to pay an additional fee for uniforms. They have to pay an additional fee to go to these dumb shows.
Dumb shows. They love these shows.
I know,
these
but
kids
the thing
love
is,
these
they're all
shows,
individual
man.
fees. Like, so why am I paying, over $1,000 up front, and then happen to, and then you'd nickel and dime me the entire rest of the season? I don't understand that. And if it was me and it was my daughter, I'd be kicking in some doors, because it's like, I want to know where the money is. Show me where the money is and where it's going.
Yeah.
Have you done? I have not seen any drones flying around, but I have gotten.
You knew that was coming, huh?
I have gotten several pictures that people are telling me exactly what it is. So to put all of your hearts and minds at rest. Those are the drones flying over New Jersey. I don't know if you recognize that person in the picture, but that is former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie.
Oh, God.
And failed.
He's airlifting in donuts or what?
It's McDonald's. He's airlifted in McDonald's.
Okay. Okay. All right. Same thing. Donuts,
Yeah,
McDonald's, same.
Yeah. So
same.
Anyway. So everybody, with your rest of these, it's just McDonald's drones bringing former Governor Chris Christie.
That's the best troll ever, dude. I love that.
Dude, the internet has 0 F's given.
Yeah, no, they don't. 0 F's.
Yeah. So anyway, where were we? All right. You said action, documents, documentaries,
thriller.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to rename them again, man. I know there's another one in there. I like
action, comedy,
action,
thriller, documentary.
I like comedy, but ironically, it's not my favorite. Believe it or not, but I do like them. I like a lot of action, man.
Right.
And more like the military stuff, like 13 Hours, one of my favorites, man. That movie, I love it, but it gets me. It hits my nerves. Yeah. Oh my God, dude, it pisses me off every time.
13 Hours, Zero Dark 30, Lone Survivor. What was the other? Rick, what was the other one we were talking about?
American Sniper.
I don't know if you've watched the Joe Rogan podcast, the Joe Rogan Experience with Mark Luttrell. Mark Luttrell is the lone survivor.
Yes.
He's a Navy SEALs combat medic, the only one that survived that. And he's doing the interview with Joe Rogan, and you see him, like his brain goes to a place that he hadn't thought about in a long time, and you see it. And that's
crazy.
He stares off into the distance, and like he's looking over here, but he is 1,000 miles away. And he's like,
dramatic, dude. That guy went through hell.
I don't know why I didn't kill that mother. And then he snaps back, and you're just like, that guy went. I mean,
is that a recent interview, or is that an older one?
It's an older one. I just sent it to Rick, so I should have it relatively close on my phone.
Wow, dude.
It's episode 1622. So Joe Rogan, after you're done watching Curmudgeon's Corner, treat yourself to the Joe Rogan Experience number 1622. Marcus Luttrell, and you want to talk about a real You say I tell a good story. There's nothing more incredible than that account of what happened.
Damn. Yeah, that's horrible. By the way, and this is a stupid side note, but you hear people say the books are usually better than the movies, and I've always been like, there's no way the books are better than movies. American Sniper and Lone Survivor, I believe both books were better than the movies. So,
to be honest,
I never bought into that, but both of those books were excellent.
I've always bought into that. Always bought into it. I mean, I've always thought that the source material is way better than a movie could ever be, and for one simple reason alone: if you were to make The Hunt for Red October from the book, being the book, the movie would be over 6 hours long. To
Holy crap!
Have all of that information made into celluloid, it would be over 6 hours long. So I think you're always going to get much more flavor. I think you're going to get much more in depth into characters. I think you're always going to get much more scope in a book than you will ever get in a movie. And I would say that is, in my humble opinion, over 95% of the time, you're going to get a better read than you will a book. Now there are some that will, you want to know why it's called the Curmudgeon's Corner?
Tell me, Grumpy. Tell me.
That's exactly right. Because like my grandfather, all right, my dad taught me how to be a gentleman. My grandfather taught me how to be an Irishman. And Irishmen are stubborn, and we are cranky all the time, and we hold generational grudges. So,
oh my God, generational. That's deep, bro.
Grudges. Like we don't like that family. Why, Grandpa? Because we don't. Okay, Grandpa, we don't like that family. Like I don't. we forgot why we don't like that family. We just don't like it. All right, fine, fair enough. That's the way it is. So okay, Boomer. I treasure source material, and when Hollywood strays from source material, my brain just it rejects it all, and I get so angry over straying from source material. Like there's a reason why something is popular. There's a reason why it is a New York Times bestseller. Why do you have to F it up all the time?
Right.
Why do you have to put your stupid little fingers all over it all the time? I'll give you an example. It's controversial, but I'm going to say it. There were no elves at Helm's Deep, period. There were 0 elves at Helm's Deep. It just went nerd on you. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm letting you know that Legolas was the only elf at Helm's Deep, and that there was no army of elves that came to Helm's Deep to save the humans in any way, shape, or form. So you could just all just piss off.
I believe you, actually, Aaron. I believe that. 100%.
Thank you. This is, hey, everybody who's listening and watching right now, this is the reason why Eileen is needed for this show. Because left to my own accord, I'm a maniac, and she's the one that keeps things on course.
She is awesome.
She is. She's the yin to my yang.
I love it, man. That's the good. I love it.
Where were we? All right. Thin Red Line was also a good book. I agree. Humbert, I don't know if you caught last week, but Humberto was here, and he was an absolute epic guest on the show. I mean, a fan favorite. People love him. I loved him. Humberto, I hope your cough is getting better. All right.
Yeah, I did watch a little bit of that one. I had to hit it and get it last week. I think that was the one I came in. I saw like 15 minutes and I had to peel out. I did see some of that.
Enthusiast, I will say, probably one of the greatest inventions of all time was Amazon Audible. And I listen to hundreds of books while I'm driving to work. It's a 40-minute commute. And then, of course, when I go to see Brian, it's an hour and a half. I have audiobooks playing all the time. You can totally get everything, and especially if the narrator is worth their salt. It definitely eats up the drive to work. It's good stuff. So I encourage you, if you don't have the time to read, listen while you're doing something else. Brian,
hey, as a truck driver, man.
Ryan, thank you again for the donations, and we'll see you on the next Curmudgeon's Corner. Have a good night.
Yep. Have a good night. Have a good night. Be smart.
You were saying truck driver?
Oh, I listen to interviews and stuff. So having stuff on tape would be great. Like podcasts and such. It's great. I listened to Curmudgeon's Corner, and how I did that the other day. I just went to the YouTube on my cell phone, and I didn't watch it. I just listened to it. So I listened to a 3-hour Curmudgeon's. It was my last one here with you last year, because I said I was going to buy something for the Pay It Forward, and we couldn't figure out what it was. So I listened to the whole flipping show, and I never heard what it was. It must have been on another show. I opened my mouth and inserted my foot.
It might have, but dude, you already don't. I got your order that you've already donated all this stuff: triggers, soap, Furies, Titan, Typhon. Hey man, you've done more than enough.
Yeah, but I stuck both feet in mouth last year. I remember it was a big deal. I was going to do the whole Phoenix. What do you call it? The whole what?
Kitchen
the
sink.
That thing.
Yeah. Like
I remember there was something to it though.
We're almost
I can't remember.
$300 with that now. You don't want to do that.
Well, if I say it, I would do it. That's why I was listening back to see if I said it, because I'm pretty sure I said something like that. But there was a catch to it. Like if I get to 3,000 subs or whatever the stupid catch was, then I'll donate the kitchen sink or something.
That's right. I do remember that now.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It was. Yeah, there was a condition. Yeah. It's time for a giveaway. Rick Smith. Who needs Eileen when Rick Smith is listening?
Was Rick the one that said that right now?
Yeah.
Hey, what's Tim saying, dude? I'm not seeing nothing from McLaughlin. What's he, like crickets out there? Tim, what are you doing?
I know that he said that he was doing something with his daughter, but he should be
around.
Wow.
Good for him.
He said,
good for him.
Machine oil, November 15th, not the 5th. I don't know what that means. Going back up through that, the last thing he said before that was, I don't like Doug. Wow, that's rude. No, he never said that.
That's fine. Hey, if he did, he'd be laughing all the way. He'd be like, I don't like him. I love him. Tim, man. He's always positive with that guy.
Yeah. What is the thing? He has a what is it called? A colloquialism where he says something. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, his every time. All right. Watch his videos. All right.
Yeah.
It's just yes, everything. All right. But it's his thing, man.
God. It says Tim is gone. Thanks God. Man's not even here to defend himself. You're talking trash.
Oh my God. That's funny, man.
Yeah. All right.
Well, watch his videos. You'll see. All right. It's great though. That's Timmy. Tim is gone. Thank God. So to Rick, hey Rick, do you and Tim hang out? Have you hung out? Has he come trucking with you or what? You guys are getting at each other pretty good. So what's the deal there?
I don't believe that. Hawaii Tim has made it any further east than Louisville, Kentucky last year at the Southern Details Conference.
That was pretty awesome for that guy. He's been there. He's been at Eddie's house.
He did go to MTE last year as well. So that's Florida. So he did make it all the way to Florida, which I do believe that we're all planning on doing this year as well. I got to talk to Christian from BioBomb, see if he'll let me hang out in his luggage.
Christian, that's another great guy. Hey, what's the deal? Did you watch the Funkin' Homies or whatever? I forgot to watch.
Yeah, he does a good job.
How was that? Yeah,
does a good job. I told he called me the next day and he was just like, any pointers, any tips, and so on and so forth. And I said, well, you have a good co-host, which is a great start. I think Curmudgeon's really turned a corner once Eileen came on board. And I said, you just need to have a flow. You guys need to figure out what your flow is going to be. And I said, but it's your first show. It's your, first couple of shows. It's going to take some time. I mean, even Curmudgeon's Corner is pretty raw when you think about it. I'm not as nearly rehearsed as I should be.
But that's what's good about it. You don't want it too stiff,
Yeah, I like to just hang out with you guys.
That's what it's all about.
This is the community, and I've really gotten to learn a lot of everybody's personalities in the chat rooms. And Eileen is definitely wanting to bring more and more of the community people onto the show, which I absolutely love. I want to really get to know all these, all these cats that are hanging out there. Daryl's in the house. Did I say hello to Daryl already or not? I can't remember, but yeah, Daryl's a good dude.
I don't know half the people when I'm on in the chat side. I don't know half the people that are on. I don't know who they are. So it'd be good to see them on there. It'd be good to see them on there, Aaron.
I agree. All right. So, all right. Trivia question for a $15 gift card, because that's also something that we implemented last week. We're now doing gift cards instead of all of this nonsense of trying to find your address and da-da-da-da-da. I can just email you a gift card. To Doug, what is the scariest animal?
Oh my God! I hope my
1-5, Keith Firebird, you psycho. There it is. Ghost. I don't know if Ghost. I don't think Ghost is eligible though. I mean, I have to go through my notes, but I don't think that Ghost is eligible to win.
You got it. You nailed it.
I know you nailed it, but I'm just saying, if you've won recently, you have to give other kids in the class a chance to raise their hand. Thank you very much.
That's awesome, man.
All right, so it's either going to be Ghost or it's going to be Harbor Pro. Harbor Pro, just in case Ghost is not eligible, can you send me an email to Aaron at Phoenix E.O.D, and that way I will have your email address. There you go. I will have your email address, and I can send you a gift card if it turns out that Ghost is not eligible for a win.
That's awesome.
I want it donated to Franco. He says, I haven't won recently, Aaron. I need Eileen to whoop you into shape. Yeah, I need Eileen to whoop me into shape. I agree. Because he donated a giveaway to me. Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right.
That's a payback one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. So you both win. All right. Because we're doing it's in the spirit of pay it forward. And Franco paid it forward to him, and now he's paying it forward to Franco. Blah, 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 blah. You both win. All right. Franco, I'll send you a $15 gift card, and Harbor Pro, send me your email address, and I'll send you a $15 gift card.
Nice. Look at the generosity, just going back and forth, man. That's cool.
It's in the spirit of the pay it forward. You got look at this. Look again. Look how much stuff you guys have donated. It would be sinful of me not to reciprocate the spirit.
I would agree. That's awesome, man.
All right. We're back on track.
The nominations are the hard part, though, man. We talked about this the other day on the phone.
Yeah. I think we've gotten a total of 13 entries, one of which doesn't count because it was the test to make sure that the actual form worked. And in case you haven't seen it, let me show it to you real fast. There we go. Share. You just go to the website, which is phoenixeod.com. Click on the Pay It Forward campaign, blah, 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 blah. Scroll down. Just so easy to fill out this form. Just fill out the form. And you can see that nothing is absolutely required. So if you don't know the person's phone number, you don't know the person's phone number. But fill out a little quick, why this person should be nominated, and then hit submit. The end. Boom. It's done. It's that fast. It's that easy. So we got like I said, we got 13 nominations, one of which doesn't count because it was the test, and then one of the other ones doesn't count because somebody nominated our good friend Richard Seam, who normally is doing so much good for the community. He, I don't know if you know this, I'm sure you do because you guys talk all the time. But he likes to teach the neighborhood children a trade to keep them off the street, to give them some way to make money as opposed to selling drugs or doing something stupid. Richard is always on the forefront of that. And right now he's doing the knee reconstruction, and he's kind of laid up. And he was like, I don't want anything because I cannot do what needs to be done currently. So he said, do not accept any nominations that come in my name. And so now we are down to 11 nominations. And
nice.
Then if I remember correctly, I want to say like 4 nominations was for the same person because I guess
dang.
I think he got his friends and family and neighbor to all nominate him. So listen, we have so much stuff that we need to be able to give it away.
Is it a good story, that one?
Yeah, they're all so far. All the nominations have been absolutely fantastic. I mean, the hardworking, salt of the earth kind of people. Much like yourself. That just we've had some really great nominations. I'm super excited about it. And then I don't know if you heard about the last year's nomination that won the grand prize. I don't know if you were able to catch Thursday's episode of Thor's Media. They brought me on for about 10 minutes for their show in the very beginning, just so we could, again, continue to promote the Pay It Forward campaign and get those nominations in. But I was able to read the story of the grand prize winner. I got a follow-up from his father on Wednesday. I reached out to him via email on Monday. He called me on Wednesday. And I was like, hey, I'm just looking for some sort of update, if there is one, that you'd be willing to share. It's a beautiful story. It's an absolutely beautiful story. And I read the letter. I read the letter on the air. I don't know if it's appropriate to read it again. Most people, again, Jamie and Eddie have a much bigger audience than I do. So, but there it is. Okay. If you want to hear it, I'll read it to you again. It's up to you.
Go for it, man. Is this the one you read to me on the phone the other day?
I think I read you the original email, but I don't know if I told you about the conversation that I had with his father afterwards.
No.
All right. So the original email from last year was, I nominate my son, Adrian Washington, because of all the adversities he has faced. And like the phoenix, he keeps rising. Because of sickness, he lost his job and in turn, his car and his home.
Oh, damn.
He later took a job that required long hours and even longer travel times. Then his wife had to have surgery, so he changed his job and took less money to care for his wife. He later started detailing and lost all of his equipment to theft. Through it all, he is determined to rise from the ashes and keep on detailing. I recently gave him some equipment to get started again. Hopefully, he will use the package of detailing products and keep rising from the ashes. Ace Washington.
Wow.
So I emailed him and I was like, hey, sir, I'd like to talk to you, if you have a free minute, kind of get an update on your son. Give me a call when you get a chance. If you still, if it's appropriate. And so he did call me back on Wednesday. Mr. Washington said, quote, and now when I say quote, I'm trying to get as accurate as possible to the conversation, and that it might not be an actual quote, because it was a very emotional conversation for both of us. He was emotional, I was emotional. I was doing my best to keep notes, but it was such a lovely, beautiful conversation. He says, you literally, and I am not exaggerating, saved my son's life. What you did for him saved his life. You gave him back his confidence. You gave him back his dignity. He started detailing again, and this woman saw him detailing, and her husband had just died, and she went to Adrian and said, I really need my car cleaned up, but I don't have any money, and I need to go to the funeral. Adrian told her that he was given all of these tools and things, and that he would detail her car for free. Apparently, his detail was so good that people were asking her where she got her car detailed, and she told them about Adrian. So they went to Adrian to get their cars detailed. One of those customers owns a car dealership. The man was so impressed with Adrian that he offered Adrian a job to detail 8 to 9 cars a week at the dealership. You saved my son's life.
That's amazing, dude.
And then I told him I didn't do anything. It was our community that came together, and that everything is done by donations, and this is what the campaign is all about. And he just said, you're doing God's work. And again, I read it on Thursday. I'm reading it again tonight because it's a story that needs to be shared, that this is exactly why we do what we do. It was what was done for me. And again, it would be hypocritical to not do something like that.
That's some good stuff, man. Really good. I love that.
Where are we?
There you are. Okay. I thought I lost you for a second. Hey.
No, I just leaned back in my chair. This is a very emotional month for me. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll call you later this week. I want to know what's going down. But what? Maybe I don't know the story. What started the Pay It Forward? It was your story, right?
Yes, it was my story.
Okay. I have heard that story. Okay. Got it. It is a good thing, man. And like in that young man's position, look what it did for him. Night and day difference, I'm sure, of clientele and income. And he's getting to do what he likes, right? So
yeah,
it's very nice.
We did that, Doug. We did that.
That's badass, dude.
This community did that. Everybody in this chat room did that. Like we did that.
That's amazing. I love it, man.
Yeah,
it's too bad not all the giveaways were like that. That could impact. That's a hard impact, man. That's good. That's big. Sure. That's what it's. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like I the what is it? The butterfly effect. You know what I mean? Like we did that for him. He did that for her. It just keeps growing and growing and growing like that. Like we're just. I told Hawaii Tim. I said I just want to leave the world a little bit better than the way I found it.
Hell yeah. I love that attitude. Aaron, one of these days, man, I'm going to come out there. We're going to hang out, dude. We're going to do something. We have to before I die. So hopefully I don't die tonight, bro, because I don't have a plane ticket to your house. Sorry.
No, I agree. You know what? Eileen's not here, but I tell you what, another one of your good friend Rick Smith's brainstorming ideas. This is something that I'm floating this, and we're going to just see how it works.
Rick Smith's a great dude, man.
I talked to my wife earlier about this after he brought it up and was we were kind of drinking some apple juice. We were thinking about doing, like we had the Southern Detailers Conference where we all got to meet. There was SEMA where we all got to meet. There's the MTE where we all got to meet. And there's all these other distractions, and it's really a work-related. Those were all work-related. Like my job was to be at my booth. My job when I was there. I heard you, Jamie. When I was there, my job was to be at the booth. It was all work-related. But what we were thinking about doing was like once a year, doing some sort of like little retreat And we had talked about Kansas City. And the reason why we said Kansas City is because when you look at the map of the United States, the lower 48 anyway, Kansas City is pretty much the most centralized location that is easily accessible to everybody. Like you can fly in there in a minimum of a couple of hours anywhere in the United States.
Nice.
So we were thinking about maybe doing 3 days in Kansas City where just the curmudgeons just hang out, right?
That'd be badass, dude.
And it's in May because you got MTE, which is in end of July, and you have SEMA, which is in end of November.
October, yeah.
So if you did May, you're kind of in the middle of both of those things, and it's just hang out. And the way we envisioned it, you can come or you don't have to come. We're just gonna show up in Kansas City for 3 days, eat barbecue, drink as much apple juice as possible, and just chill out with friends for a couple of days, and then fly back home. And
that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, he called it the Curmudgeon's Roundup, is what he called it. He's like, yeah, we'll call it the Curmudgeon's Roundup. And we just kind of hang out for a couple of days, have some barbecue, drink some apple juice, and just hang out with our friends. Curmudgeon's hang out. Pass the word.
You get banned from Kansas City.
Yep, Curmudgeon's hang out. Pass the word. That's what we're gonna do. And I love that idea. And I talked to my wife about it, and she actually said, "Yeah, do it." And
That's amazing, dude.
I said, "Do you want to go?" And she was like, "No, I don't."
Oh, that's it. I love it. She signed off so she could get rid of you, man.
Yeah,
a lot like my wife would do. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, she's like, when you go out there, you're hanging out with your friends, you're doing your friends' stuff, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't need to be a part of that. She's like, I've seen you and Fab and Papa Smurf hanging out at in Louisville. I don't necessarily need to be a part of that. I said, all right.
Oh my God.
All right. Can you
God.
Can you sign here that you sent that? Just sign right here. And
you need to have her on one night there and just sit by you and agree to it, and we'll all witness it. Bam.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh?
They're having that conversation in Spanish, and I have no idea. Eileen's not here to translate for me.
Who's saying it?
It's going between Harbor Pro and Humberto.
Schmizzle.
Bozeman, Montana, and bring me with 3 days of guided fishing. Yeah, we've done that. I've done that with my dad. We did Big Timber, the Abasoka Mountains. That was a good time. Anyway, must have let one of his SEMA Vegas stories slip. LOL. It was actually she witnessed things firsthand in Louisville, Kentucky.
That would be a crazy time, Aaron. I bet.
I think I'm definitely willing to entertain it, and even if it's just a few of us, SEMA started out in a flea market in Pasadena, California, in like 1969. There's no reason why the Curmudgeon's Roundup can't do something similar to that.
What?
Let it just grow organically.
You got a dream, brother.
Right?
Yeah.
Let it grow year by year. It just seems to get a little bit bigger. 2 more people show up, 4 more people show up, 10 more people show up, 20 more people show up. And by the year 2030, Kansas City has kicked us out and we have to find a new place.
That would probably happen. Bunch of rowdy guys, I would imagine, that gets out of hand.
We had a really, really good time in Louisville. And then we had a really good time in Vegas, which was nice too. We don't do anything crazy, but we do all like to eat. And that's definitely
Food be good, man. Real good.
All right. So where are we at? We're at an hour.
I have no idea.
Dude, I feel like we've been on for like 4 hours, but it's only been an hour and 20.
I know, man. Hey, am I boring you guys out there? Shoot, we're not bringing in the crowd. I think you need to dance, maybe, Aaron. And
really,
you know what?
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, maybe. Who could post that out that you're having a party here and maybe bring in some more people? But you'd have to have a better topic. I'm a pretty boring day, man. me here.
A pretty boring date. I think you're great.
I'm pretty boring. Hey, see, check it. I got my dogs here, man. They both crashed out right here.
All right.
So yeah, they're bored. They tried to get me to play, and I had to ignore them, so they went to sleep.
Interesting. Well, the good news is that I just went to my Instagram page, and I don't see any fat guy dancing. So I'm hoping that we've got fake news circulating.
Fake news. I'm going to try to repost that. I'm going to try to get that tonight and see if I can repost that or something.
Oh, God.
I don't have a big following, though. You're good, man. If Jamie or Eddie or Brian or Pan, oh my God, Pan, maybe Pan could get his hands on that. He could do some damage with it. Then we'll get the word out for you, Aaron. Pan.
Nobody needs to see that. All right. It's for the younger. It's for the younger viewers. It's for the younger crowd. We don't need anybody to be looking at that stuff.
I thought it was pretty awesome, actually. I was like, look at Aaron, man.
Oh,
feeling good.
Fab Automotive in the house. Whoop, whoop.
Hey, Fab. Love it.
It's not fake news. Can you just let me have it be fake news, Bill? Bill, I need it to be fake news until we get off the program, and then I can ignore it till next week. By the way, next week, Curmudgeon's Corner 44, all 4 horsemen at the same time under one roof. It's going to be like a Southern Detailers Conference reunion. Yeah, all 4 horsemen are going to be in the house. Curmudgeon's Corner 44 next week. Hopefully Eileen will be back. And
that'll be like a 5-hour show or what?
I doubt it. Most of them don't.
No?
I mean, Papa Smurf is the only one that will talk for indefinite. Brian Spiller, he does like the camera though. Oh, and speaking of which, I think that Brian and I are going to be starting up a little side thing, where we're going to do like a good mythical morning side by side. We're hanging out in his shop talking whatever we want to talk about. And that'll be starting up, I think, next year, like in January. So that'll be fun.
Really? Yeah. What's that going to be called? What is it?
I think he said, well, when we were all I had lunch with him yesterday. We were just kind of BSing, and I think he wanted to call it the right side of detailing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
It definitely has a whole lot of connotations on what the right side could possibly be.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Are these things growing? I mean, there's how many live stream or podcasts or whatever these things are? How many of these are going now? I think even Christie's starting one in February or something.
Christie's already started it. So basically, from what I understand, and I don't know all the details, so take this with a grain of salt. But it's all under the umbrella of Thor, the House of Rags. It's called Thor Media, and they have exclusive rights to all these different podcasts. So you have the funky, get the funk out with bio bombs. And Christy's got a podcast. I want to say Chelsea, maybe, I can't remember. But there's a whole bunch of content creators that are coming underneath the umbrella of Thor, so that Thor can build their content as quickly and as humanly possible. And I want to say they approached Brian. Brian reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you be interested and willing to do this with me?" And I said, "Of course I would."
So that even Brian's under Thor, or no?
Not under no. Like Thor Media. Like basically, they have reached out to all these influencers and said, "We would like you to do content under our umbrella." So Brian is still going to have his own.
He has 2 channels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, Curmudgeon's Corner will always be Curmudgeon's Corner, and that'll always be ours. But if we do something with a collab between Brian and I, it would be underneath Thor Media, because that's how they approached Brian, and Brian approached me.
Wow.
Apparently Adrian's going to be Thor. Whoop, whoop.
Dang, man. Check them out. They're taking over. You're on fire, man.
Adrian, you were already on Curmudgeon's Corner, so I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, maybe give me a little credit when credit is due. Just saying. Thor, Jade started one. Jimbo is doing more. Beadmaker and Coffee. This one. And there's some more. Yeah.
There's so many. It's a lot of that out there. Yeah, I gotta say.
Yeah, there's definitely. There's literally. I think somebody said something in the nature of like 500,000 podcasts are out there or something. I don't know.
Shut up.
Podcasts that are happening.
Hey, so Aaron, on your umbrella of the Pay It Forward, you remember being on the Shine Like a Pro A to Z live stream about 3 or 4 weeks ago? You popped in for a few minutes. Remember that?
Nope.
Uh-oh. Huh?
A to Z?
Yeah, Shine Like a Pro A to Z. Remember you came in and I was talking with Darren about, I think it was about Hydra at that point, and he was asking about it. And I said, well, I see Aaron in the chat room. That's the guy that makes it.
Yeah, I was in the chat. I wasn't on
Yeah. I meant the chat room. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was thinking, he has so much stuff, and you don't want to dumb this down. It's doing good stuff, but like some of this, maybe pay forward a couple bottles to some of these other channels because they've never heard of you, man. I was like, for 2 weeks, I'm telling these guys about it. They're like, O&R rules, and O&R is good. I'm not knocking it. So I asked them, have you ever tried Hydra? You know what I mean? Anyway, send a bottle out, man. Send a bottle out to these guys. Let them try it.
All right. I got no problem.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe the Pay It Forward, you take some of these donations and pass it out to some of these channels that don't know what your product is, and because it's really good product.
Text me their info, and I'll be more than happy to get it in their hands.
I'll try to get it. I was going to send it to them, but they wouldn't send me their info. I will try to get it. For sure.
I can research them too. So just give me their name and we'll send Hawaii Tim on them. He knows how to ferret out everything and anything when it comes to the details.
Dude, don't even get that guy started. You got to keep him on the good side of things 100%, dude. Yeah. I'm telling you that for sure. It's like focused, laser focused.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's a good dude, man. Bore Media. Right. Who was that? Wait, you took it down. Who said that? I'm starting Boring Media or something. Who was that?
It's Chris. Yeah. Oh, which one? Sorry. Chris M. I'm starting Bore Media, boring podcast starring me.
Nice. All right. I see a dog in the thumbnail, right?
Yeah, we'll watch it. Don't worry.
Yeah, we will. If there's a dog in it, we'll watch it, man.
Yeah, family supports family. That's what we have to do.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Just everybody having a good.
What are your top 4 bands, indoor songs?
Say that again. Top 4 bands?
Yep, and/or songs.
Well, Rush has to be up there. If not, Chevelle. Man, that's hard. So many good bands out there. And then, of course, I'm thinking about it. I can't think of names, but Rush, Chevelle.
Rick needs to go to bed now.
Corrosion of Conformity. Filter. Have you ever heard of Leapfrog Studios?
Doesn't ring a bell.
He does cover tunes, but that dude's like one of my favorites. He does covers of everything. And in like metal. He does like Drop It Like It's Hot, but in metal. That dude is definitely one of my favorites to listen to, but nobody knows who he is. Well, a lot of people do, but like YouTube viewers, if you get out there and start looking at music videos, you'll find this guy on cover tunes. Frog, instead of Leapfrog, it's Frog Leap Studios. Amazing work. I love his stuff. Chappelle's hard to beat. Five Finger Death Punch is amazing. Amazing. I love their stuff. Five Finger?
Yeah.
Good stuff. You like The Rock, Aaron, or no?
Yeah, for sure.
First Aid Kit's always good, you know?
I know them. I think I turned you on to them. I think I turned you on to them.
I know, man. When I put stuff on Insta, I try to put that song on there. Keep on keeping on, baby.
Yeah.
That's for you, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man. I've never listened to Chevelle. Am I missing out?
Oh, my God. Chevelle? Who said that?
Your boy, Rick. It's on the screen right now.
Dude. What? Take Out the Gunman. Got to be one of their best songs.
Fab
says... Take Out the Gunman. Love it. The Red is good. I get it. Take Out the Gunman's one of my favorite by them, though.
All right. Top 4 TV shows of all time. It doesn't have to be current.
Tool Time. Come on now. Home Improvement is what it was called, huh? Tool Time. Mm-hmm. Home Improvement. Wow. That's not an easy one either. TV shows. Wow. I'd have to look back, dude. I see some of these old commercials of things they're bringing back. Older media, like on Hulu and stuff, playing the older TV shows and bringing them back to modern times. And I'm like, oh my God, I love that show, but I forgot about it. So yeah. I don't even have a list, really.
All right.
You know what I watch? And this sounds so boring to people. I watch a ton of YouTube, man. So YouTube has to be up there. If you said TV show, not that it is, but I watch, how to put in a shower, how to put in U-joints. I learn a lot on YouTube. I spend a ton of time DIY knowledge, not just detailing. I watch everything on there. Music videos, best brakes review, best brake fluid, best engine oil, best synthetic. I watch a ton. 99% of my TV time is YouTube now.
Okay.
And it's not,
Dark Dragon, thanks for stopping by. I would appreciate you listening later. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, no. It's just more boring stuff. TV shows would have been back 20 years ago when my wife and I had TV shows we watched. We actually sat down on certain nights and watched certain shows. We don't do that anymore. I get up at 3 a.m, 3:30. I watch YouTube. If I'm trying to learn about something, I'll be on YouTube till about 5:36. Try to make my lunch and roll out by 7. And then when I get home from work, same thing. We'll have dinner and talk for about an hour. By 7 o'clock, I'm watching something, trying to learn. And it's not always something that I'm going to do, but I like to know the blends of oils, really intrigued by stuff for cars, greases versus synthetic versus something with molybdenum in them or just a lithium soap. Degreasers, not necessarily just for detailing, but I'd like just look at all that shit, man. Brakes. Really kind of get caught up on what the best brakes are. Weird stuff like that. Sounds weird. Hammers. I watch some tradesmen from Oregon just really geek out on stuff that they put out on their channel. Custom made hammers. Weird stuff. I watch a guy take loose change. I think it's pennies only. And he makes like sledgehammers and all kinds of tools out of it. It's probably boring. I watch shoe stuff, bro. One of my favorite things to watch, cobblers taking destroyed shoes and rebuilding shoes. I love watching that.
Huh. That I would not have guessed.
Oh, dude. I'm all about my Red Wings, dude. I've got like 12 different car care, cleaning, protecting products lined up at certain times of year. Use certain stuff. And yeah. Totally weird thing. I watch, I get so geeked out on it sometimes. I'll watch like Japanese shoe shiners. It's crazy. Things you get caught up in.
Chris M wants to know if you watch Vice Grip Garage.
You know what? You're going to hate me for this one, man. Who asked that, by the way?
Chris M. And then Humberto said, yes, Vice Grip Garage, thumb up, thumb up, thumb up.
So I want to tell you this. It's the weirdest thing you say that. Vice Grip. I like the guy. I've geeked out on his channel before. And it always pops up when I leave the room for, say, 30 minutes. I go outside and get sidetracked doing something. I come in, his channel is on. And I don't go to his channel. It just pops up all the time. I love Puddin's, Puddin's Fab Shop, the guy out of Oklahoma. I geek out on that one. But I think him and Vice Grip are kind of buddies. But no, Vice Grip, I don't look for it. But when it comes on, if it's a topic I like, I will watch it. I don't seek him out, honestly. I think Puddin's is a little better. I know Puddin sounds terrible, but it's a really good show. If you like guys that take these junkyard cars and get them started on, in place without bringing them into town, without towing them in, they do it on the spot. Will it run type of episodes, stuff like that. Rebuilding cars in their shop, anything automotive, I'm pretty much down with it. I love watching paint guys. I love that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Earlier you said that you enjoyed books. What are your top 4?
Hey, easy, bro.
Yeah.
This is you. Okay. It's embarrassing, but
not embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, Aaron, because you have to get through high school. How'd you get through high school, Doug? Well, I skim read like every other student, except if you like the book, I'd be like, page 1, all right, there's 5 sentences. Page 10, there's 5. I didn't read books in high school.
So you're
first book.
You're into Bernstein Bears.
Oh my God. No.
Frog and Toad.
No.
Encyclopedia Brown.
No, but the first book I read cover to cover was probably American Sniper. I didn't miss a word of that book. And that was only like 8 or 10 years ago, whatever it's been. That's the first book I've ever read every word.
All right. Okay.
So I'm not into books, man.
Sustainable?
I'm into books. I'm into books on shelves. They look really good on the shelf.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind this fake wall, I have nothing but. I got a gazillion books, and I have read most of them.
I do believe that about you. You're a smart guy, Aaron. You're like my brother, man. Freaking.
I just play one on TV.
Okay, no, that works.
No, well, I mean, again, being a child of the '80s, before all of this stuff, and I had a pretty. My dad being a Marine, we moved around every 2 years, so having lifelong friends was never an option. Chris, not a lot are spy novels, not a whole lot. I do have a lot of the Ian Fleming's original 007 stuff, but that before they made it into a movie, but not really into spy stuff. I was more into sci-fi and fantasy. I liked a lot of historical fiction. Gates of Fire is one of the best. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's about the Battle of Thermopylae.
Okay.
This book was written decades before 300 or all that stuff.
Dang.
But I mean, and it's like a historical fiction account of exactly what went down, and how these dudes held this basically. It was a crack in the mountain, and they positioned themselves, these Spartan warriors. It goes into like how the Spartans are trained and how they teach each other, and that you're holding
Spartans are badass, dude.
You're holding the shield not for you but for the guy beside you, right? So they're holding the shield over here, and then this guy is holding his shield in front of you.
Yeah.
And then the row behind you's got the spears, and then when they're training, there's one guy up against a tree, and then there's 60 guys lined up in a single file row behind that guy, all pushing on him until the tree breaks. That's how they were training.
What the hell?
It was just absolutely insane, the level of just the ultimate fighting warrior that these guys became. And so when the Battle of Thermopylae happened, they positioned themselves in this canyon to where they could stand like 3 abreast, so that all the Persians in the universe, it wouldn't matter what their numbers were, as they had to come down to like 3 people to get into this crevice. And that's how they equalized, there was only 300 Spartan warriors versus thousands of Persian soldiers. Well, all right, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to funnel them in, and we're going to hold. And they were supposed to hold for I think they were supposed to hold the valley for like 3 days in order to allow, man, I'm reaching, like Athens to get prepared for the invasion. And instead of 3 days, they held for 7.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they held for 7 days, and then the Persians left one guy alive to tell the story. He's like, you are allowed to live. Go tell everybody what happened here.
Wow, dude. That's amazing, right?
It's a banana story. It's absolutely, those are the kind of things. Oh, you know what? Going back to spy stories, that's not true. One of my favorite novels, I could probably find it. It's called Firefox. And Clint Eastwood did
I remember the movie.
Yeah, he did the movie in the 80s, but the original book was so amazing. But if you've ever get a chance to like watch the movie, the movie does a pretty good job of sticking to the source material. But bottom line is the Russians have developed this mega what are they called? MiG. It was some MiG superjet, and the Americans found out about it, and so they sent over a spy pilot to steal that plane so they could bring it back to America and study it, and then find out what the technology was that the Soviets were up to. It's a Cold War movie. Clint Eastwood does a great job in it. Think Russian, think Russian, think Russian, because basically the plane, the helmet of the plane can understand what the pilot is thinking and and react appropriately, and he can't get the plane to do what he wants because he's not thinking Russian. Think Russian. And
I'll be darned.
In the prep work for him to steal the plane, they were trying to beat that into him, that you have to think Russian in order for it to do what you needed to do. And then all of a sudden he remembers his training and he thinks Russian, and then he can, evade.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So I
even watched that movie and I can't remember all that. So when did that come out? 80s, mid 80s. Yeah. When was that out?
I want to say it was even earlier than that. Firefox movie.
Yeah, because I was young. I remember watching it, but I don't remember much about it.
1982. I said 1983, but it came out in 82. That's not too bad for me.
So, a young buck. Did you watch the movie then?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. A retired Air Force pilot is sent into the Soviet Union on a mission to steal a prototype jet fighter that can be partially controlled by a neural link.
Oh, wow. So Musk, he isn't the first Neuralink guy, huh? Check him out.
How about that? 1982 talking Neuralink. Now Elon Musk.
That's crazy. What? That's crazy, man.
Think Russian.
Russian. Man. That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So we are approaching the hour 45 minutes. You want to give away something else?
Me?
Yeah.
You're the one that's giving it away, mister. Go for it. I think you need to. I think we're slacking. We need Eileen for sure. Hey, you're right. Everybody,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she totally makes the show. I'm sorry.
She's doing good work right now, though, man.
She is.
She's doing what she has to do. That's nice.
You know what, Ryan? I tried to do the same thing. Alexander Maximus was what my son's name was originally going to be, Alexander Maximus. But nope, I lost the coin toss.
All right, I love it. Ask something good, Aaron.
Huh?
Ask something good, man.
Something
You're
good.
giving away something. Is it trivia? You got a trivia.
I don't think that I
Right?
can give away. I could ask something better than what's the scariest animal, but I'll try.
Dude, that was epic. I'll go down in history for that one. Yeah? No? Yeah? Huh? Hey, are there any ladies left in the chat room, by the way, after that?
Do we have any ladies left? All the single
no.
ladies? All the single ladies?
Probably not. Doug's an asshole. They've been talking to my wife.
It's more like Aaron's so boring without Eileen. You have a new curmudgeon. Do I? Who? Who's my new curmudgeon?
Who came up with that? New curmudgeon.
Aaron, you have a new curmudgeon. I would love to know who the new curmudgeon is. Do we have somebody that's new to the channel?
Who's Ghost anyway, man? What is Ghost? Do you have a channel? Is he on Insta? What is Ghost? What does he do? Where is he?
He is one of our brothers to the north. He's Canadian, but he moonlights every once in a while down here. Read some comments up. Read some comments. I'm looking. Oh, Sean. What's up, Sean? Sean Ryan Schultz. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry that's not our best performance, but my co-host and better half is not here.
Dang it. Eileen's awesome, man. But hey, that's okay. You're awesome, Aaron. Right, so, People are here for you, brother. You know that too.
Here. Kimberly's here. You asked if there was any ladies back in the house.
Yes. Sorting laundry. All right. So hey, we're slightly better than sorting laundry, I think.
And Mary is awesome. Here.
Slightly better.
I'll take it.
I love it.
I'll take the win.
Yeah. All right. Who cares?
So, for a $20 gift card.
Oh.
Yeah. $20.
It's going up.
$20. What was Detailed Doug's first concert? Go.
Somebody who's going to nail that.
Who's going to nail Detailed Doug's first concert?
That's such a weird first concert. What was your first concert, Aaron?
Are you really going to put me on the spot like that?
Yeah, like Blue Oyster Cult or something. What was it?
Keith Firebird. You can't win. Keith, you're not allowed to win. You're not allowed to win. Gosh darn it.
He pays attention, dude.
He does. He
awesome. Pays attention big time.
He's on fire.
Night Ranger too. He even got the headliner and the opening act and the headliner, dude. He got them both. God darn.
ABBA. I think ABBA's the winner. Your first concert was ABBA.
Yeah, buddy. Not
Taylor Swift and Janet Jackson.
Hey, I could make some comments about both of them, but yeah. Yep.
Keith, I'll email you or I'll text you later, Keith. We'll work it out.
Keith Firebird, what does he do? I hear his name a lot on this channel.
Because he's just awesome.
What does he do, man? What is he? Is he does he have a channel? YouTube, or what does he do, man? I don't know him.
I don't believe so. I think he's just a super fan. He's like a Humberto, a super fan.
Humberto's everywhere, dude. God, right? That guy's everywhere.
My first concert, and I swear to like the reason I don't want to tell anybody.
Come on. Don't be embarrassed, man. Come on.
All right, for the record, I won the tickets. All right. Let's start. Let's start.
It's gotta be bad. Yeah, let's go.
Start there.
Yeah.
That I won the tickets. And furthermore, might I just also say, for the record, in my humble opinion, in my humble opinion, there are a Mount Rushmore of female singers, and she is definitely on my Mount Rushmore of all-time best female vocals of all time.
So that would be like dang it. How come I can't remember names here?
I don't know. Probably from all that, that.
The funny thing is I have a horrible memory, and it's
all that sticky
not because of booze. It's not No, it's not because of any of that shizzle, man. It's because of the scary animal. You know what I mean? Anyway, go ahead. Who is your female vocalist
of all time, especially when she did the national anthem? Like to this day, she is still the greatest singer of the national anthem of all time. Yeah, Roseanne, you're so insane. Whitney Houston.
Oh, she has a great voice, dude. Why would that be embarrassing?
Hey,
it was amazing. Vocally, amazing.
My first concert, yeah, Whitney, exactly. Whitney, 100%. Kimberly MC, 100%. Probably in my military mind, Whitney Houston is on my Mount Rushmore of female vocalists, 100%.
Yeah.
Deborah Harry, Whitney Houston.
Deborah Harry, is that Blondie?
That is Blondie. If you ever heard her sing Maria, like she crushes it. She has got such an amazing, beautiful voice. She actually, they stopped performing because her husband, also bandmate, got really, really sick, and so she shut down the band to take care of him.
Nice.
Yeah, she's
I think
she's a beautiful human and an absolutely angelic voice. So Deborah Harry, Whitney Houston. I'm trying to think of Yoko. Oh,
Yoko Ono.
Yoko Ono.
Is that what he said? Who said that?
That's what Keith Firebird said.
Yoko Ono. Yep. Oh shit.
You know what, Chris? You're just jealous that you never got to see her perform. All right, so shut your mouth.
No, Whitney would have been an amazing dude. She had some pipes. I mean, for
pipes
sure.
Like nothing. I've never.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, it is. And obviously, I will always love you. That song, like she can with that. I forget what the term is called. I'm not a music person, but like when she hits that second, where she, like the music kind of drops off and then it comes boom. And when she hits that note, like it is insane. One of the absolute best vocalists.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry.
I can see that, man. Yeah, I can see that.
That was my first concert. I won tickets and I took Shannon.
No, God. Your name dropping your date? What?
Yeah.
Where's your wife, bro? Your life.
Exactly.
Your life's at stake there. You better duck.
Shannon Dewar was his last name. Shannon Dewar.
Dewar.
Took her to the DEWAR. Took her to the concert.
You were out here in California then?
Actually, I was in Pennsylvania. Aaron, imagining being Kevin Costner right now. That is incorrect, Chris. Actually, I'm picturing myself as Whitney Houston being carried by Kevin Costner at this point. So,
hey, by the way, side note on doing amazing things with vocals. I'll send you the link if you'll take the time tomorrow to watch it. Ginger Pisces. Watch that video. Bring it up, Aaron. Ginger Pisces. Put it on the screen right now. Let people see this.
Is it YouTube, you said?
Yeah, dude. It's definitely, I don't know what you'd even call it, speed metal, heavy metal, but you'll be shocked how she changes her voice to a growl. It's blow your damn mind. You won't even believe it's her doing it.
Napalm Records.
Yep. She's badass, dude. I mean, the metal, most people aren't going to like it, but just watching the transformation from a beautiful voice to that growl, blow your mind. You don't have to do it now. Check it out tomorrow. I'll send it to you.
I'm doing it right now. It's just settle down. I mean, we're already.
Well, I don't want to drive people away from here.
We're already demonetized. It doesn't matter.
Dude, we got to get you up to like 25,000 subs, big dog. Huh? Think you could do it? We could do it. You could do it. Yeah. Watch this, dude. music coaches, singing coaches, vocal coaches doing like reaction videos. Everybody that watches that, they think it's machinery, dude. They're like blown away that somebody has that much voice control, frying her vocals like that and then coming back to talk about amazing control. But anyway, yeah, it's not your kind of metal, but I'm just saying with the voice and that control is like almost unheard of.
You know, what's his nuts from
what's his nuts?
Yeah, from
talking about metal, metalhead.
Led Zeppelin. He had that kind of control, or he still has that kind of control.
Dude, they're epic. Some great music right there. What's your favorite band right now? What modern day? What do you listen to a lot, Aaron?
Hold on a second.
What are you doing?
You
bringing up Zeppelin? You said at the Super Bowl?
Yes, sir.
That's crazy, man. Great pipes for sure.
Unbelievable. Honestly, she is my Mount Rushmore, without a doubt. And that's and she doesn't play around with you know ups and downs and making it her own and putting her own little touch to it. She just hits it, and it is the greatest. The 4th of July, Sarah, the 4th of July Curmudgeon's Corner. I will go into the true meanings behind the Star Spangled Banners. When I read that, I get emotional every time. When you couple her singing that song with how that song was written and why that song was written the way that it was, there's a dry eye in the house. I'm just sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Harbor Pro. We're already the Curmudgeon's Corner 44 will probably never be seen after this. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm sorry. I will say that it is the NFL, and it was Super Bowl 91, and it's on YouTube. So already, but if you want to, like we're not monetized anyway, and they'll probably take it down and all of those things. You're absolutely right, but it was worth it.
Hell yeah, it was.
I'm sorry, but it's worth it. So if you, I can repost episode 44. I have I'll have this whole episode downloaded by the end of the night anyway, so it'll exist somewhere. If they decide to take it down for being anti-patriotic, so be it.
Little scumbags, huh? Little bastards. It is what it is. I love your attitude there, Aaron.
Hey, it needs to be
sure.
said. It needs to be said. Right?
I love it, dude.
Evil thrives when good men do nothing. Oh.
There it is, right?
Yeah. Oh,
that's
well,
kind of how it goes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good run.
He goes, oh, well, it was a good run.
Yep. Good run. Tapped out. Fully done.
Oh, he's saying it's baby. So patriotic they can't strike it. All right. I like where your head's at.
HM. Hey, where's HM detailing? I feel like he's out here by me somewhere.
Who?
H&M detailing. Where's he from? Kind of feel like he's out here by me.
Pretty positive he's Canadian as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, brother.
Think we have one up here by.
A good portion of my fan base is all Canadian, which is why I try to show them as much love as possible. By the way, I would say maybe not in my Mount Rushmore of TV shows, but Letterkenny is one of my favorite TV shows. I love it. It's called Letterkenny.
What is it?
It's called Letterkenny. It's one word. Letterkenny. Letterkenny. It's on Hulu. All like 9,000 seasons is on Hulu, and you want to talk about chirping? That's where I learn who won't ship to us. Won't ship to us. What are you talking? I ship to Canada all the time. Like just ask Ghost. Just ask everybody else that wins everything. HM, he knows I've shipped to him. I know I ship to all these guys. Doug, I appreciate you coming on. I have to go. Good night, everyone. I appreciate all of it. Rick, thanks for coming out, buddy.
Rick, See you, man. Keep on trucking, baby. Rick Smith.
After all that I've done for him, I can't believe that he's bailing on us now. That's fine. Whatever.
Oh,
whatever.
He's got to be up in probably 2 hours hitting it, trucking, baby. Trucking.
Probably. He's like, I got to be in Tennessee in an hour, and I got a late start.
12 hours away. Yep.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Excuse me.
It happens.
Thank you, HM. Thank you for coming to my defense. I most certainly do ship to Canada. As much as it pains me. Which is why now we switch to gift cards, because I don't want to ship to Canada anymore.
Jeez, nice.
22. All right, so Keith, Franco, Harbor Pro. I have to look up Frog Leap Studios tomorrow.
Yes, you do, sir.
What else? Is that it? I think that's about it. I think people are starting to just give the Canadian Carzilla gift. I'm working on that, Chris. I have to talk to Chris, but he is definitely hard to get a hold of these days. Save you the trouble. Appreciate it, Bill. Yeah, I'm going to try to figure out if I do get a Canadian winner. I'm going to try to work it out with Amir's in the house. Amir, I know this sounds hollow, but I've been thinking about you a lot this week, and I wanted to reach out to you and call you, but I've just been absolutely insane, smashed in the warehouse. But we definitely need to get caught up because I have not heard from you in a while, and I wanted to make sure you were still alive. Thank you for still being alive. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I got to talk to Chris and see if I can't figure out a way to get Carzilla gift cards from him. That'll save you guys a whole lot of headache with tariffs and taxes and customs and all that nonsense. So I'm working on that. So my Canadian brothers and sisters, bear with me while we work it all out. What? Yeah, for real. For real. All right. Doug, I think that's about it.
All right, Aaron. Hey, I appreciate everybody, man. Thanks for having me on again. Hey, I'm sorry I'm not some guy with a better setup and a little flashier to bring in more, but they're probably wondering why you bring a guy on like me. I'm telling you right now, buddy. You need guys that are a little more fun, a little more pizzazzy, a little more flashy.
Stop. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. No.
Shut your mouth, boy.
You're on the show for these reasons. One, I consider you a very dear friend. Two, you symbolize exactly what the Curmudgeon's Corner is all about, and that is the community coming together. You check in on me on a regular basis. We share stories, we talk, we have great conversations outside of the Curmudgeon's Corner. You're a huge supporter of Phoenix E.O.D, which is my bread and butter, my livelihood. Chris M, he's going to get me fired. Look at him while listening to me. No, the reason why you're on the show is because I think you're an excellent fellow. I think that you are what humanity needs. You're the type of human that I want to associate with. I treasure people like you in my life. You are a force of positivity. You are a force of good. I'm not saying this to blow smoke up your butt. I truly believe that you are on the side of good in this world, and we need to support and promote people like you. I did all this earlier. So while we're on the subject, make sure you follow Doug on IG, Instagram to Detail It, on YouTube at Detail It. Follow him, support him. He gives you no BS assessments on products that are out there that he's tried and tested. If he likes it, he likes it. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. And he doesn't bend knee to anyone. And that, I think, is a refreshing, positive channel on in the world today, where so many people are just like, oh, you're sending me some stuff. I think that's great. I love it. It's the best. So that's why you're on my show. I would say this was your third time on my show, but you turned me down for the birthday show because my daughter's moving and I can't be anyway.
Dude, do you know how brutal that was on our old asses moving her? And it's about 110 out. Holy shit. It was bad, dude. I told my kid you can't move in July ever again. It was like July, right? What's your birthday? July 4th?
Yeah.
Right?
We technically it's July 1st, but we always say it's July 4th because great minds think alike.
Dude. No, my kid's banned from moving ever unless it's fall through early spring because I'm a fatter guy. So even late spring's hot for me. So no. That kicked
people
my
love
butt,
your channel.
Dude.
People love you. Dude, when I told people that you were coming on the show, they went bananas. So seriously, you're on the show.
Well, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you, Aaron.
Well,
you're a great dude.
Stop.
Oh,
I think
chingy blingy.
I hang you up on your weigh-ins more than anybody. So
thanks, man.
when you
great guy.
When you got to weigh in your truck and you're like, I gotta go, dude. I'm on the phone with you. I'm pulled off the side of the road.
Yeah. Hey, well, they get pissy when you're holding up the scale. Ask any trucker. You either get out of the way or get on the scale, buddy. That's it. They get pissed.
So there's a few things that I do at the end of every show. You're welcome to stay on, or you can drop backstage and we can talk after the show. But it's very important to me. Again, we're right now in the middle of the Pay It Forward campaign. We need nominations, so please nominate somebody. Have somebody nominate you. Do whatever it takes. It doesn't have to be a hard luck story. It could just be somebody that could just use a little bit of extra helping hand during the holiday season, during the cold season. Everybody who's detailing knows that it sucks to detail November, December, January, February. So we do the Pay It Forward campaign. We don't really need donations at this point, but we do accept donations all year round. And anything that you do give will eventually find its way into somebody that could use it. I want you to support small businesses, support my distributors. We have Adrian over at IamDetailedAF.com. Midwest distribution is FabDetailSupplies.com. Southeast distribution is Titan Tim down there at ShinyLightDetailing.com/store. We have worldwide distributors in Carzilla, in Canada. United Kingdom is Into Detailing.co.uk, and in Australia, our good friend Andrew over at OsproDetailing.com.au. And then the guys that are taking the globe by storm, House of Rags, are everywhere you are, houseofrags.com. And then near and dear to me, especially during the holiday season, this is extremely important. During the holiday season, suicide prevention and crisis counseling resources. If you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, seek help from a professional and call 988. The United States' first nationwide 3-digit mental health crisis hotline, 988, will connect callers with trained mental health counselors. It is extremely important to this show. It hits very near and dear to me. It hits very near and dear to Eileen. And it hits very near and dear to my friend Doug. And we all have a story. So you're not alone. Text HOME to 741-741 in the US and Canada to reach the crisis text hotline. And then you can always go to the APA.org topics crisis hotlines that will have a link to whatever you may be facing, be it substance abuse, gambling, whatever it is that you're facing. There is a hotline to help you. Do not be so selfish as to go on it by yourself. There are people out there that will love you, that will help you. The Curmudgeon's Corner is here. The community of Phoenix family will help you. We reach out to each other all the time. And like Doug, like I said about Doug, he reaches out to me to make sure my head's not in the oven on a fairly regular basis. And for that, I am forever grateful, Doug.
You got it, buddy. Hey, man,
make sure you
it's
follow
a real deal.
What's that? It's
a real deal, man. There is a crisis out there, and it's a heartbreaking one.
Yeah. 22 vets a day. 22 vets a day. Make sure you follow Curmudgeon's Corner on Instagram. Curmudgeon's Corner pod on Instagram will keep you up to date on who's coming up next week and what we're doing and where we're going to be and what we're all about. And I think that is about it. Best beer,
like the fabulous T-Bird said, wrap it up.
I'll take it.
Hey, you did it, man. You rolled right with it. I love that. That's a great. Those guys were great, man.
Are you kidding me? I love. There was a movie. Let's see if anybody out there in the audience. This is for $10. This is when I danced with Aaron. Kimberly, you warmed my heart. All right, for a $10 gift card. All right, $10 gift card.
Uh-oh.
Somebody tell me the name of the movie that the Fabulous Thunderbirds was featured in. The song was called Tough Enough. And I'm not going to tell you who the actors are, but if you can tell me the name of the movie, I'll give you a $10 gift card right now. You got 2 minutes.
I know I've seen it, but I ain't even going to try because I know you're right.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. I love it. Anybody?
Shit.
You got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and then we're done. 10:17 is the cutoff. Everybody's looking.
Somebody's I was gonna say somebody's looking it up right now because nobody came right on with it, so they're Googling it.
How do we know what version E.O.D? I'll tell you right now, Adamos. I know for a fact that they have. No, it's not Boulder Arm. They have version 3 of the Apex soap. I do not know what their status is on the Hydra, but for a fact, they just did an emergency order a couple of weeks ago. They ordered a whole bunch of gallons and a whole bunch of pints. So they have V3 of the Apex soap. Snow White, nope. Frozen, nope. Nope.
Nope. Nope. What's your number one selling product right now, Aaron? What is it?
Titan. Still.
Apex?
No, Titan still runs supreme.
On since day one?
Yep.
Always. It's a great product. I just gave it to a local detailer the other day to try it.
Tough guys. Chicky Blingy, you got it, buddy. What's the time? And you made it in time. We got it.
Tough guys. Oh, with Mark Wahlberg. Is that Mark Wahlberg? What was that?
Are you drunk right now?
Who?
You.
Hey, I haven't drank any. Me?
Are you drunk right now? Mark
No.
Wahlberg? Are you kidding me with that nonsense?
I don't. What was it? Tough guys. What? Who was it?
In 1986, after serving 30 years in prisons for a failed train robbery, partners Archie Long, Kirk Douglas, and Harry Doyle, Burt Lancaster, are released from prison and giddy to plan to visit members of their old gang. Are you kidding me with that nonsense right now?
I wasn't kidding, but I'm obviously way off base, brother. Way off base. Tough guys. I might have to check that movie out.
It's a great movie, and again,
but
Fabulous
V for Vendetta, right? Are we doing V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
What'd you say? Is that the one I need to watch?
That's the one, dude. If you watch V for Vendetta and you compare it to the last 4 years,
yeah,
it's going to make things pucker that you didn't know needed to be puckered.
That sounds bad, dude.
I've always enjoyed the movie. You know what? Speaking of which, when we were talking about book source material versus the movies, I would say these two movies are the only two movies that I can think of off the top of my head that I liked how they changed it for the movie versus the source material. V for Vendetta was one of them, and The Watchmen was the second one. I loved what they did in The Watchmen, the movie, versus the source material. Source material, I thought at the end was a little weak. Yeah. And the way that they tweaked it in the movie, I was like, that's it. That's gold. Stop. Full press.
Really?
So, yeah. I think The Watchmen's one of my top, and V for Vendetta is definitely one of my top. And the things that they like in the book, she was a prostitute, and in the movie, she's not. I think it adds weight to her character a lot more. So yeah, V for Vendetta, go out there, watch it. I'd love to talk to you about it after you watch it, because I mean it hits differently after after COVID. It hits way differently.
Man, you've got me thrown off on that. I would have never thought V for Vendetta. I'll have to check it out, man.
It's going to. I'm telling you, Doug, you're gonna call me up and you're gonna go, damn.
That's crazy. Oh, there's my dog. He says, look at that. He's like, I want to be in the show.
Hello, puppers.
I want to be in the show.
Donate it. All right, Chingy Blingy, send me an email. We'll talk about it. Donate it.
Chingy Blingy. Hey, does Chingy Blingy on Insta or have a channel? Chingy Blingy. I like that.
He's relatively new to my show, and so I haven't gotten to know him.
It's catchy. Chingy Blingy. That's catchy.
It's deep. Aaron told me to watch it too. Worth watching. It hits. I mean,
that's
COVID,
Ryan.
After COVID, it hits differently, man. It hits way differently.
I'm going to be checking that out in the morning, dude. Be one of my early morning watches. Get up, put on my headphones, mute the TV. That way the only one that hears it, don't wake up my fam. And then I veg out for a couple hours before anybody even moves. Good times. Speaking of which, look.
Yeah, talk to me.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, he said, ha, 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 it's my son's name. I said that he's relatively new to the channel, and I just wanted to say, well, I'm glad that he's here. No, Hugh Jackman is not in it. It's actually Hugh, what's his nuts from The Matrix, is the guy behind the mask. Victor Hugo, is that his name? Victor Hugo?
I wouldn't know. You're looking it up.
Yeah,
he's coming up with it.
Hugo Weaving.
The intel's flowing in.
Hugo Weaving is the guy behind the mask.
Hugo Weaving.
He never takes off his mask. So you never see the character or the actor that plays the character, which is actually really, really, I think, like those there's two actors. There's Hugo Weaving, and then there's Carl Urban in the movie Dredd, that makes the movie that much better by never taking off the mask or the helmet in Dredd's in Dredd's case.
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd, not to be confused with Dredd. Judge Dredd was Sylvester Stallone, and that was terrible.
Yes, sir.
All right, because again, you have an ego that has to have the helmet removed. So after like the first 15 minutes of the movie, it's just Sylvester Stallone. He's like, I need my face to be seen. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. But Carl Urban, when he plays Dredd in like 2000, I forget what it was. It was like a 2006 release or something like that. He never takes the helmet off, and that gives the character that much more power.
Yeah.
Because it's not about the actor, it's about the character of Judge Dredd. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Dredd comics, which was originally a UK comic.
Really?
Yeah, it was a UK comic, but it took place in a dystopian United States, which is pretty awesome.
Wow.
Peacock's gotta fly. See you, Chingy Bingy. Anyway, by Carl Urban never taking the helmet off, it just gives so much more power to that character. Same thing in V for Vendetta, where Hugo Weaving never takes the mask off. It never takes the Guy Fawkes mask off. And because of that, like at the end of the movie, when he's talking about the idea and words are so much more powerful than the person, it makes it true, and it makes it real, because you're right. No one knows who the person is behind the mask. And so it's the idea of words that make V that much more powerful. And which, it's kind of like the whole Batman Christian Bale, where a man can be destroyed, but ideas live forever. That kind of thing.
Nice. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why I totally geek out on these kind of stuff. And I mean, you know, we could make a Curmudgeon's Corner just about movie analysis.
Dude, that would be an interesting one.
It'd be 4 hours. But like, if you really wanted to, you know, get into my brain about, you know, all these movies and comic books and pop culture, I could talk for hours on.
That's cool though, man. That's cool. You'd have to be the one talking about it. Hell, I can't even remember the name of movies that I like half the time.
I know. Again, I had a very secluded childhood where I spent a lot of, like, my best friends were the X-Men. My best friends was Captain America and Isaac Asimov and Ray Bradbury and you know, those guys. So,
hey man, sounds good to me. Everybody's got their thing they're strong in. You know what I'm saying?
All right, movie night. All right, so Chingy Bingy, I tell you what, we'll make a deal. Let's aim for. I have to run this by my counterpart, Eileen, but like maybe like we'll do a Curmudgeon's like in March where it's just movie night, and I will field your questions and comments and concerns about movies and pop culture. And I will be happy to share my thoughts on all that stuff because, as you can tell, I am very passionate about my childhood friends. So
I love it. Childhood friends, man. You couldn't have a better pack. You know what I mean? Huh?
I mean, Airwolf. Let's just throw Airwolf into the fray. TV shows, Airwolf. As an '80s icon, that was amazing. Just the music alone.
I did watch that show, by the way, too. Yes, I did.
I loved all that. I thought I was going to be an astronaut when I was a kid, and then I found out that math was hard.
Sometimes math don't make you sense, man. God, that's funny.
All right, so we'll have to do a Curmudgeon's. Maybe we'll do a special episode where, you know, because Eileen probably doesn't want to be anywhere near my nerdiness. So maybe we'll do a special episode. We'll call it Curmudgeon's Movie Night. It won't even be part of the series. We'll just do it. We'll hang out. We'll eat some popcorn and talk all things pop culture. Until then, everybody, thank you so much for coming out. It's a Saturday night. You could be anywhere in a million places, and yet you chose to be on the corner with the old Curmudgeon. What movie does Peele, Sylvester Stallone, and a Michael Caine play soccer together in the same movie? I don't know. No, listen. I know this is gonna be very, very controversial, but I'm not the biggest Stallone
Sly fan. I kick you in the nuts, bro. Come on, man.
Listen, I probably have watched all of his movies except for like what is it? The Expendables 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, do you watch God dang it. The new TV series, the one, what's it called? Tulsa Kings.
No, I have not.
Good.
I haven't. I don't really get a chance to watch a lot of TV these days. And when I do, I usually pour myself a glass of apple juice and watch like Archer or something stupid. You know, some sort of dumb comedy.
Archer's great, dude.
I love Archer. Are you kidding me?
That's great.
He's one of my spirit animals.
Good times, dude. Especially with the apple juice. That makes it better.
Oh yeah. 100%. But anyway, I thought we were wrapping it up. I'm pretty sure we were wrapping up because I could talk this stuff for forever. They play soccer together. Michael Caine. Hey, speaking of Michael Caine, just final thought. Have you watched Zulu?
Don't even know what that is.
Really? All right. So I'm gonna read it from AI real quick. Probably one of the absolute best movies when it comes to like leadership. All right, so
really?
Zulu was filmed in 1964. I believe it was Michael Caine's first movie. Okay. Zulu is Zulu is a 1964 British epic adventure action war film depicting the 1879 Battle of Rorke Drift between a detachment of British Army and the Zulu warriors in the Anglo-Zulu War. The film was directed and co-written, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. The plot. All right. So basically, in January of 1879, the aftermath of the crushing defeat of the 1,300-man British column by the Zulu armies, Zulu warriors scavenged the battlefield and collected rifles and ammunition from dead soldiers. A mass of Zulu. Anyway, bottom line is you have this little tiny town. It's a little tiny, not even a town, it's a church. It's a church, a missionary church in the middle of the Zulu nation. Now, I don't know if you know this, but in 1879, the Zulus were considered to be like the most vicious and powerful army, like land army on the planet. These guys could run 50 miles and still fight a battle all day long, an all-day battle. They would run 50 miles and then fight using spears, using munitions from defeated British. It was basically when England was trying to conquer the world, like the sun never sets on the British Empire. And they were trying to conquer all of Africa. And they wandered into the Zulu nation, and the Zulu nation just was not having it. I mean, and they beat the balls off of the British Army. This story, Zulu, centers on this little tiny church missionary mission. And there's there's something like less than 200 British soldiers at this mission. And like the British cavalry comes through and like, hey, the Zulu nation is coming this way, and you need to get the F out of here or you're going to get destroyed. Yes, Tracy, Michael Caine, it was his first movie. So anyway, and they said, no, we're holding our position. We're not leaving. So too bad. And the Zulu nation swarmed over this mission. And these fools defended it. And they inflicted so many casualties on the Zulu warrior nation that the Zulus, they earned the respect of the Zulu war leaders, and they gave them a pass. They were like, all right, you know what? We're going to leave you guys alone. And they saluted them and went around them.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude, it was like 128 of these guys got medals of, the British Medal of Honor, whatever that is. It was absolutely insane. And I have the movie on DVD upstairs. It was Michael Caine's first movie. And like these guys, like the commander of the base, he was an engineer. Like, they're not soldiers. They were like, hey, we're just here to like build water supplies and stuff like that. And they held their ground, and they fought back with such ferocity that it won the respect of the Zulu nation. And they were like, you know what? All right, you guys live to fight another day. We'll go around. And it's pretty impressive. Like, and the Zulus were like, there was no holds bar. Like, one of their big things was humiliation. So like after they wiped you out and killed you, they would basically cut you from scrot to throat. Ooh. And then they would remove the male genitalia and shove it into their mouth, and then hang them on a meat hook to let you know that we beat the balls off of you so bad that you're no longer human. You're no longer human. You're no longer men. They impaled you. Yeah, it was absolutely. They're brutal. And like I said, they were like one of the fiercest fighting forces on the planet at the time of 1879. And the fact that this little tiny mission stood their ground against them.
That's crazy, man.
The movie
is crazy.
Dude, the movie is absolutely epic. And it was filmed, what did I say? It was filmed in 1964, and it still holds to this day. I love watching that movie. I had my son watch it with me. It's absolutely epic. So
I might
those
have
are your
to check
two.
that one out too.
Your mission tomorrow is V for Vendetta and Zulu. Michael Caine,
Well,
1964.
I will get which one's got to be watched. V for Vendetta. I'll have to do that one in the morning before anybody gets up, and then be busy. Who knows if I'll get both done? I doubt 2 movies in one day is probably not going to happen.
Well, I will call you later this week, and you can get 2 at least in this week.
Hey, maybe I'll get one while I'm waiting in line to load my truck at work.
Good night,
hey, when you're waiting.
Appreciate you all coming out. All right. Anyway, bottom line is it's now 10:30 on a Saturday night. You all hung out with the curmudgeon on his corner without Eileen, much to your pain. And I just appreciate you all being here, supporting me, supporting the channel, being a part of the community. I really, truly, honestly, not like Papa Smurf, love you guys. And really appreciate y'all being here because the community is why I do this. I couldn't, as much as I love you, Doug, I couldn't do it just one-on-one. I need the whole community here to keep me.
Yeah, I get it, man. Completely.
All right, so we'll do a movie night sometime. Chingy Bingy and Chingy Blingy, excuse me. And until next week, all 4 horsemen, Curmudgeon's 44. One more shout out. Good grief, there's so many shout outs. X's and O's. They have their own podcast. They postponed their episode tonight to be on tomorrow night. Tim from Shine Your Light will be on their show tomorrow night. Make sure you support them. X's and O's on YouTube. And then we'll see you here this same time, 8 o'clock next week. Hopefully Eileen will be back in the saddle and we will have all 4 horsemen showing up. You can ask them anything you want. We're just going to be goofing off, promoting the Pay It Forward campaign. Make sure you guys get the word out. Nominate somebody or know somebody that can be nominated or know somebody that knows somebody that can be nominated. You know how it is. Anyway,
it's a great deed, man. Love it.
Thanks, man. Till this time next week, we'll see you guys at the corner. Have a good night.
Aaron.